All right. Welcome to episode 92 of the Hurricane Mike Show, where we are getting into some playoff predictions. But there is one team that rhymes with Buck. Well, that's what they do. You know who that is?
Falcons.
Yep. You know why? You know what rhymes with Buck?
Suck.
They do suck, man.
They do.
Man, they thought they were making the playoffs after week 5. But anyways, so yeah. Next up, well, they thought they were going to make the playoffs since freaking March, but that's them. Every single year they win under 8 games. They either win 8 games. Fun fact: they won 8 games this year, and this was the most wins that they've had since 2017. Ain't that sad?
Sad, bro. Sad.
That's pathetic. The Falcons did what teams are not supposed to do. You're too bad to not make the playoffs, but you're a little bit above decent where you can't get a top 10 pick. That's what the Saints are doing. But now you took that role, Falcon. So prepare to live in mediocrityville. So now let's move on. So this is not going to be a long show, folks, because we're only predicting 6 games. However, we're going to try to see how this works. But anyways, starting off in the AFC, we're gonna, instead of going by when the games happen, we're just going to go by conference to conference. All right. So starting off, we got the Denver Broncos heading to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. 7-seed Denver, 2-seed Bills. That was your pick. Well, hold on. Before you say, my record last week was 6-10 because, of course, wackiness was happening. So my overall record is 150, 131, and you went 13-3, and you won 175 and 107.
This boy cleaned up all year long, boy. But let's be fair. I usually went chalk. A lot of times you can see, you have a good team and a bad team. I normally stay in that lane. I pick some upsets every now and then. But you went the riskier way most of the season. You try to pick a few upsets that you had a good beat on. So that's where you get a little.
Hey, some of the upsets worked out for me. Some of the upsets worked out for me. So.
Some did, but your long range record will reflect those chances that you were taking.
I mean, 150 wins ain't bad. It ain't bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's not like I got like 60 wins, and that would have been terrible. So anyway, all right, that's who do you have? Bills or Broncos?
Bills and Broncos. Well, I believe the Bills were my Super Bowl pick.
They weren't.
Not the first one, but the mid-season Super Bowl pick.
No, well, the Broncos, yeah.
No. Didn't I have the Bills in the Super Bowl?
No, you had the Broncos at mid-season.
Had the Broncos at mid-season. All right.
Yeah, I think
I'm leaning toward Bills. I'm leaning toward Bills, but they picked up probably the toughest matchup in the first weekend. They could have been matched up against anybody else, and I would have felt good, be like Bills all the way. But this one's a tough one. I'm still going to lean, even though I picked the Broncos midseason, I'm going to lean toward the Bills. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos won. But I'm going to go Bills in a good game, 27-26.
27-26. All right. We both picked the same winner, but we are on the opposite side of the spectrum. As I got the Bills winning 48-20, because the Bills they play no defense sometimes, but their offense, it's Josh Allen or go home. So Josh Allen's going to have an amazing game. This is going to remind me that. Do you remember when the Bills played the Patriots in the wildcard round a few years ago?
Yes.
This is what that game's going to be, where the Bills, they score almost every single time. But the Bills actually against the Patriots did score every single time. But yeah, that's going to be the way it's going to go. And I got the Bills winning 48-20. I think the Broncos will score some points, but just not enough as the Bills, because they're going to be scoring every single second. I feel like that's just me. All right, now we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. Dad, what's your prediction?
I think the The Pittsburgh Steelers are flaming out this year. They started off high when they put Wilson into the game, but they flamed out toward the end of the season. And I think that flame out will continue. So I picked the Baltimore Ravens to win this football game 32-22.
32-22, okay. I have the Ravens winning as well. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think, because the Ravens, they're injured. The Steelers, I think they're injured too. I'm not too sure, but yeah. I got Ravens winning this game 35-32. Both teams scoring over 30 points, mostly because I trust the Steelers defense, but I think Lamar Jackson, he's just too elite to the point where not even TJ Watt can tackle that man. That's how crazy it is. All right, last AFC game, we got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Houston Texans. That was your pick.
Don't the Chargers have a first-round bye this week?
Okay, no, they don't.
Okay, they're playing some team called the Texans. Okay, we'll run them out there and see what happens. But Chargers will win this game. They'll win it 42-16. Blowout, baby.
All right. Okay, then. I got the Texans winning it before you call me crazy and you're like, Texans. Hear me out, right? The Chargers ain't been impressive either, okay? This is the battle of the mid-AFC teams. But, however, C.J. Stroud's won a playoff game. Herbert has. So, I kind of trust C.J. Stroud a little bit more than Herbert, even though Herbert's having a better season this year. I think the Texans have a better overall team, and the Chargers don't. This might be a rely on Joe Mixon game or a rely on Nico Collins game, but I got the Texans pulling it out 23-17. Now, on to the NFC side of things. We got the Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles. And that, if you remember, early, like dumb early in the season, right? Week 1, both of these teams played in Brazil, where the Eagles squeaked out a win. Barkley had like 3 touchdowns. It was a whole thing. But now these two teams are playing on U.S. soil. So, Dad, who do you think is going to win this game?
I'm going to go. The Packers are banged up.
Yeah, Watson's out.
Got banged up a little bit. Watson's out for the remainder of the playoffs, I believe.
Yep.
So, I'm definitely going to go with the home team, Philadelphia Eagles, to secure a victory. And the score is going to be 30-25.
30-25. Okay. I wouldn't be completely shocked that the Packers are able to win this game. However, I don't know. Like, if you remember, like, before the season started, the Packers, I think, were my Super Bowl pick. Like, before we did the prediction episode, because I was just doing whatever. But, yeah, I was high on the Packers. And a lot of their losses hasn't really been all their fault, but I just can't see how I think the Packers could win this game, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Eagles are just too insanely talented, and I think the Packers are just missing a bunch of important people. So I think the Eagles are going to take this one 21-15. Now, Dad, we got the Washington Commanders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dad, who you have in this one?
I am going to select those Commanders / Redskins. They're going to win the game, and I think it's going to be Washington 26, Buccaneers 20.
All right. Look, I want to say I think the Commanders are going to win, but this might surprise some people. I actually got the Bucs winning in kind of convincing fashion. Here's why. The Commanders defense can't stop anybody. Okay? So this game is going to be who can score more points, and I unfortunately think it's going to be the Bucs because Jayden Daniels, he had a good season. He had a great season, don't get me wrong, but he kind of flamed out the last few weeks. Like, there's a point where people started thinking Bo Nix was Rookie of the Year. So I actually got the Bucs winning 48-21, and here's why. Because, like I said, nobody's going to stop anybody. I just think Jay Daniels is going to make some rookie mistakes in this game. And I think the Bucks, Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans, as much as I don't like Mike Evans, I don't really have a problem with Baker Mayfield other than him being in Tampa Bay. But, yeah, so I think their connection is going to be lethal, even with Marshawn Lattimore guarding Mike Evans. But even Lattimore, he has not been playing that well lately. I'm sorry, but anyways, I know he's been hurt. He's been hurt as well. I don't even know if he's going to play for real. But let's end the show. I guess. I mean, maybe I don't know. But let's end the show let's end the predictions on this. Got the Los Angeles Rams against the Minnesota Vikings in Arizona. Dad, what's your prediction for this one?
The Rams and the Vikings. I think the Rams are going to be tough to beat, but I'm going to lean toward the Vikings in this particular game. There's no home field advantage in Arizona. So I think on a neutral field, I think the Vikings.
I mean, the Rams are used to playing in Arizona. They're used to playing there.
Who? The Rams?
The Rams are used to playing in Arizona because they play in Arizona every year.
Yeah, but do they have, fans in Arizona? No, they probably hate the Rams.
Probably.
So
Vikings probably have home field advantage.
Just like if the Atlanta was to play neutral in the Superdome, they're gonna have people in there booing them, cursing them out, talking about the Bahamas. So they're gonna have fans from both teams there, pretty much. And so I look at it as a neutral site. But I lean toward the Vikings because I think they're a little bit better team. So give me the Vikings 23-18.
Okay. All right. Vikings Rams. This is a game where I think the Rams are going to be coming out hot because they're trying to play for their city, the city of Los Angeles, because obviously of what's happening over there with the wildfires and stuff. I think it's going to be just like with the Saints, right? A lot of people expected the Saints to get dog walked week 18, but they fought hard. You know why? Because of the Bourbon Street incident. So I think it's going to be kind of that, except the Saints end up losing. I actually got the Rams winning in a close game, but I don't think Sam Darnold I think his reign is over, and give me the Rams to beat the Vikings 27-23. So, yeah. So, Dad, how do you got anything else?
No. What's your prediction in tonight's game?
Who's playing?
Texas and Oklahoma. Ohio State.
Texas and Ohio State. Look, both of these teams are amazing right now. Texas just beat Arizona State. It was a little. It was a game where it's like, what the heck? And the winner of this game is obviously going to play Notre Dame because they beat Penn State last night. However, Ohio State, though, I'm trying to look at the full perspective. Ohio State, they just whooped the number one team in the country. So this is a tough one. Texas has been great all season, and Ohio State's been great for one game.
They've been great as of late.
What's Texas ranked? Are they 5th?
They might be the 5th seed, yeah.
All right. I'm going to go Texas. I'm going to go Texas. That was your pick.
I'll go Ohio State. I think they're on a roll right now. They came out like gangbusters, hitting the deep ball, explosive plays, and I think they'll keep that up today. I think they may win. They may beat Texas.
I don't know. Ryan Day is just he does not move. Seeing Ryan Day in the national championship is kind of like seeing the Falcons in the Super Bowl. Okay, you just can't imagine that for me at least. I'm just saying. But all right. So, Dad, you got anything else?
Nope, we're good.
All right, Dad, we're gonna find you.
YouTube channel Warren Newby and on the Hurricane Mike Show every week.
Yep, you can always find me here at Hurricane Mike and over there at Kyle Phelps. You can like, subscribe, share, turn the bell, and turn on other upload. And as always, who dat? And don't be a what?
Don't be a Falcon fan.
On the couch for 7 straight years.